for Education Reimagined, the ILX experience is truly a learning experience, a mutual learning experience. We want to be able to learn from what Lindsay is doing really well and hold that up and celebrate them for that work, and then help and support them with the areas they want to grow. And I think that happened really, really well today. We were able to see such a close-knit community, and I haven't heard the word care and love so many times in a single day. It is amazing this community of learners has done, and I mean adult learners and young learners have done, to just build a really strong, loving community here. Definitely makes this place special.
It's just been such a privilege to have a chance to come and visit Lindsay. When you see the way in which young people are welcomed at the door by educators, the way their families feel connected into the school, the fact that the staff just feels committed to thinking about young people as whole people, and really beyond that is really attentive to their learning. It's really inspiring and heartwarming. I think about the way in which it's not just a sort of batch processing. Kids seem to feel known. I was particularly touched and inspired by some of the young folks that we had a chance to meet at Cairns, who are out in the community getting involved in internships with different community organizations and businesses, and even helping out with the Lindsay Unified School District in a variety of ways, whether it's in classrooms, in creating media, in thinking about how to coordinate visitors. So it's been an exciting way to think about, from the youngest learners feeling welcomed into the school, to young adults as they're getting ready to transition out of school into the real world of adulthood and think about their post-secondary paths. It's exciting to see that arc and the really committed, dedicated educators who are making that possible.
We spent all day today at Washington Learning Community. I got to cycle through 3 different areas with a group of colleagues. We first observed a 7th grade math classroom, and then we got to talk to a panel of 3 students, and then we got to shadow an educator. And I think a couple of things that really stand out over the course of the day is just the immense amount of care between the learners, their learning facilitators, and even administrators. The word care was used probably 100 times today. It was pretty amazing. And a couple of people welled up even as they were describing things. So the social embedded aspect of this community is incredibly evident. I think the other thing that really stands out that we were talking about in there is just the learners' immense and acute awareness of where they are in relation to learning targets and what their next steps are. So I'm eager to unpack our wonderings and have more conversation with the team later.
I think one of my takeaways today from being at Lindsay Unified was the ownership that students had on their learning, and specifically around learning targets and learning pathways. Is that they knew where they had come from, they knew where they were, and they had a sense of what they needed to do to move on. So I thought that was a big takeaway. Second takeaway was around the culture and climate of this district and how the team thinks of itself as a family, whether it's parents, whether it's teachers, whether it's administrators, students. They're all in it together to accelerate the entire community forward, and that's powerful. And then I think the third takeaway is around the deep-seated interest that of the district being a means to make this community better over time in partnership with people that live here, and that's powerful.
My takeaway from my day at the Washington Learning Community is that this is in fact a learning community. I was amazed when I talked to the learning facilitators how passionate they were about taking care of these kids, but also how much they cared for one another and looked out for each other and cared for each other as a family. I talked with parents as well who are very unified together. They look out for one another. They want what's best for this school. And so I would say that the Lindsay Unified School District and the Lindsay community is a picture that the rest of this country and the rest of this world can look at as what a true, healthy, beautiful community could look like.